Shalom, family. Good to be here with you guys. It's your boy, the End Time Prophet, coming to you with a message concerning the last days. And I'll be coming from 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 1 through 9. And I just want you to know also, when it states the last days, it is speaking of a certain rulership or a certain time or era. It's not saying like the end of the world. It's just the last days of a certain rulership. So let's just jump right into this message. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. Know this also, that in the last days perilous times will come. So there's two words we have to look at here that's going to set our foundation to understand what Timothy is talking about in verses 1 through 9. So the first word we want to look at here is know this also, because he is letting you know he wants you to know these things also. And this comes from Matthew chapter 24, verses 21 through 22, and verse 29. Know this also. Verse 21. For then will be great tribulation, such as has not come to pass since the beginning of the world, to this time, no, nor ever will be. And unless those days were shortened, there would no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days will be shortened. Verse 29, immediately, but after the tribulation of those days will the sun be darkened, and the moon will not give her light. Powers of the heavens will be shaken. So those are some things that we need to know. So this word perilous here in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 is stating that there will be dangerous, fierce times during the final age, or during the last age or rulership. So verse 1 is saying, knows these things, and when there's danger all around you, just know we are in the last days. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2. For men will be lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, and unholy. So because men will be lovers of themselves, which we should always love Yahuah first over everything, even when it comes to ourselves, because he is the creator, the one that gave us life. But because men are lovers of themselves more than the creator, they worship the creature more than the creator, they are considered unholy people, covetous. And that's what the word covetous means, unholy. So when you're unholy, you are a boaster, you're proud, you blaspheme, and you're disobedient to your elders, unthankful and unholy. Verse 3. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, without self-control, brutal, despisers of those who are righteous. So those are the things we should look for also. in which a lot of these things have come to manifest itself as I speak this message to you guys. So you should be able to connect these things to these verses. So the false accusers will call the ones of the Most High mad. So that's what the false accusers is stating. So we're going to go to Isaiah chapter 59 and 15 to get a better understanding on false accusers. Yes, truth. The law is suppressed. And he who departs from evil upholds the law, is accounted as mad, makes himself prey. Yahweh saw this, and it displeased him that there was no justice in the last days. So Yahweh is not pleased with these false accusers when they try to tell people the truth, but the world has been polluted with man-made doctrine. So when people come out with the truth, they are presumed as mad, crazy, something wrong with them mentally, or some weird stuff people be saying. But those things, as saints, we must look for here in the last days. Verse 4, traitors, betrayers, headstrong, arrogant, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of Yahweh. And we should always love Yahweh. And I want to go to this verse here in Deuteronomy. Here, give me a second. I'm going to go there. They let you know who we should love. Deuteronomy 6, verse 5. And you must love Yahweh, your Father, with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your might. So we should not be lovers of ourselves, our pleasures, or things that are worldly. Okay, we want to get back into 2 Timothy here. Chapter 3, verse 5. Having a form of holiness, but denying the authority of it. From such, turn away. So this here is saying we're going to have people who confess to be religious or in some type of form of religion, claiming that they love the Most High, claiming that all these things, but they deny the authority of. They don't want to go by the laws, statutes, nor commands that were set to govern the people of the Most High. So they'll be like, oh, I love the Most High. But they will deny everything that he has for them in their life. So I'm going to go to Deuteronomy while I'm here. Chapter 12. In verse 8. And the word of the Most High reads, you must not at all do as we are doing here this day. Every man doing whatever is right in his own eyes. So there in Deuteronomy is telling you, you should not do what right in your eyes. Yahweh is the authority. He is the head. So we should always be abiding by his laws, statutes, and commands. That our chief cornerstone, Messiah, showed us how to live. Okay, let's go back to 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 6. For they are the sort who creep into the house of Yahweh and lead away silly women who are loaded down with sins, captured by various lusts. So you will have hypocrites in the house of the Most High, trying to dictate what saints should be doing. But Yahweh has left his instruction for the saints, for us to abide in. So you will have creeps, hypocrites trying to come into the house of the Most High. And as for the silly women, it is not only the women, it is also the men. And it means weak-willed, faithless men, not only women. Because a lot of you men are weak-willed these days. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 7. Always learning, but never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. So we have these so-called people who say they study the word, but they are blinded by the truth. So to get a better understanding, let's go to Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12. Always learning. For indeed, though by this time you ought to be teachers, you have no need that someone teach you again the elementary principles of Yahweh's word, and have become those who have need of milk and not strong meat. So you people of the word who call yourself learned, there's no way anybody should be teaching you the ways of the Most High. You should know what he wants so you could lead his people to righteousness, because his way is the truth. Because not everybody is able to teach. That's why he has his shepherds. But a lot of shepherds these days are lost in the world, in the world's doctrine, and have fell away from Yahweh's truth. So I want to go into Yahweh's truth. Now come with me to Psalms 119, verse 142 and verse 151. The word of the Most High reads, "Your righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, because your law is the truth." Verse 151. You are near, O Yahweh, and all your laws are truth. So Yahweh has set a path for us and a way for us to live. But a lot of people are steering away from the true, the way, and the life that was set by our chief cornerstone, Yahuah, our salvation, our Hamashiach. Second Timothy chapter 3, verse 8. Now as Enosh and Umbres oppose Moshe, so also do these men oppose the truth. Men of corrupt minds, reprobate concerning the faith. So here in verse 8, Enosh and Umbres were the Pharaoh's magicians who opposed Moses. I want to read those verses real quick. We're going to go to Exodus chapter 7, verses 11 through 12, and verse 22. The word of the Most High reads, Pharaoh summoned the wise men and the sorcerers and the magicians of Egypt, did the same things with their secret arts. Every magician threw down his staff, and they became serpents. But Aaron's staff swallowed up their staffs. Verse 22. But the magicians of Egypt did the same thing by their secret arts. And Pharaoh's heart became hard, and he would not listen to them, just as Yahuah had said. So that's the reprobate mind right there. Unapproved, unworthy, and one who will not be found righteous in the judgments. And we can take a look at that in Romans 1:28 through 32. Push forward to 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 9. But they will proceed no further, for their folly will be manifest to all, as theirs also was. And he is speaking about the Pharaoh's magicians and the ways that it went down. And that's the context of it. The same way that it happened with the Pharaohs when the Most High spoke and told him to let the people go, but he hardened his heart and did not listen. It's the same way the men and the women are in this final age. Hardened hearts and do not want to take the Father's instruction. Shalom, family. Peace and blessings.